Whoa, Alan, did you hear that?
What was that?
I don't know, Alan. What was that?
We're doing this again? Are you kidding me?
Okay, fine.
You know how we like
I think it's time for the overtime period where you get to hashtag speak your mind, and it's actually sponsored by absolutely no one
as of yet?
as of yet, but we're working on that. Yes, Daniel, we'll get Bud Light on the way. I'd love that. But for today, Alan, we have a question for you guys in terms of just we're talking about weddings and your days coming up. Unfortunately, COVID's doing some things to that aren't ideal, but doesn't take away from the fact that you guys are going through something wonderful together, and it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of teamwork to get to this point. And for the people that that are kind of in your boat or are wishing to get to your point one day, what are some of your let's see, what are some of your tips that you use or things that you can say that can help another couple out and in their endeavor towards
End zone. The red zone end zone.
the red zone end
Red zone
zone?
end zone.
You
To reach the
Daniel.
end zone. Oh man, that's a good question. I think if you find that person who, I mean, just at the end of the day, that's just the person you'd rather spend all your time with. I mean, no matter what, even after a big night with the guys, you want to go home and see her, even after, you know what I mean? Whatever you're doing. Like at the end of the day, it all comes back to her. I think that's what you're looking for. And to make that work, it takes a lot of work and you got to put an effort into the relationship and stuff like that. But it's definitely worth it at the end of the day if it's the person you're meant to be with. And I know I found that. So, I mean,
Wait,
knowing
Hunter.
that you found that is the hardest part, I think. So once you figure that out, the rest should come easy.
Rebecca?
Yeah, I think so too. Like in terms of definitely realizing you're with the right person is like the hardest part, because really relationships aren't always easy. And even if there's like heartbreak throughout it, working through that is the most important thing. If the person and that relationship is worth it, then you work on yourselves. You work on yourselves as individuals as well as a couple, to get to the point that you're in a good place. And for us, we're definitely in a good place. And with planning the wedding, obviously that puts stress on any couple. Add in COVID, and you definitely have an equation where lots of things can go wrong and fights can take place. But I think for us, the biggest thing through all this has been like focusing on what's important to us. And that's me and him, that's our love and our future together. And that's always been at the center of every conversation regarding our wedding.
Okay. What I want to go into is relationship stress. How do you guys get through that? Let's do it. We're getting in. We're digging in. We're digging. Get the shovel, Bleska. Let's go.
I usually, I say that sometimes I ice him. I'm just like, I tend to like shut down when I'm like upset or things like that. I won't communicate very well. But he can sense when something is wrong. So he usually tries to get me to open up and actually talk about it, which is probably the better thing that we should be doing. So I think we do that for each other though, because Daniel also tends to sometimes shut down or not communicate. So we can kind of anticipate that in each other and then try and get the other person to actually tell us what's wrong. It's not that, we burnt the dinner, but it's that something else happened a couple days ago and we just never told the other person that bothered us.
That's definitely the main issue.
I really like how you said it's not the burnt dinner. Because it's usually that, especially when you pile things up and things just add it and on it, and then you're not facing them, it just like explodes like a volcano. And sometimes that even happens with me and Alan. Sometimes like I build a lot of like, oh, Alan, come on, let's do this, and Alan probably gets really frustrated with me too. But we've had a couple of times where we had to face our differences, but I enjoy spending time with them and doing all this right now. So, and we get to dig in and have conversations like these. So I think that's a wonderful tip. It's not who burnt the dinner. It's everything that came before. So
Yeah.
face that. And I
And
know
then
we
it's
got
into those conversations where you can like dig in deeper
Mhm.
to those other levels of things that are going wrong and moving forward as a team.
And okay, so how I know you have your answer, Daniel had his answer. I kind of want to hear Bailey's.
Wait, we didn't hear Daniel's, yo.
Yeah, Daniel didn't answer.
Oh,
Actually.
am I? Oh, okay, true.
He's skipping ahead.
Darn it.
So what?
How we deal with relationship stress.
Oh, I mean, she kind of hit the main points. She definitely hit on my weakness of I tend to brush off the small things in the moment, but then that just kind of piles up for me. And then when it's another random small thing, I just kind of let it out in an unproductive way that it's like, wait, where did that come from? Type of thing. Like, that's not that big a deal. Why'd you react that way? So, I mean, it's not always possible, but usually we try to just kind of talk honestly and vulnerably about our emotions, how we're feeling, just because we're both, I mean, super open and we would never judge each other for anything they're feeling. It's just, obviously you're not always feeling like talking, and that's cool too, but it's just about trying to communicate as best as possible to your partner and respecting how they're feeling and what they need, I guess.
And if that means we go to bed angry because we need that space and we need that cool down period, then we do that, because sometimes talking in circles is not the answer. Sometimes you just need that break, that time to cool off, so then you can come back together when you've got a level head.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Communication is so important nowadays, and yeah, especially in relationships, if people are not being able to openly communicate about issues, it's better to, I guess, talk about certain things at certain times than holding it in and just letting that snowball until something sets off the whole boat, right? Like, you don't want to rock the boat too much, but you can't just fill up the boat with heavy crates and just expect it to have a smooth ride to its destination, right? But you guys are, yeah, doing your best. I mean, you're almost at the end line. Obviously, like, marriage isn't something that people
That's what I was saying.
It's a new
Yeah.
starting line.
like yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. Ask the guy who's a little bit of the novice in all this, but yeah, I think it's a huge milestone. Like, we're all happy. Huge friend groups happy about where it's going. You guys are at the starting point, not the end, and yeah, look forward to what's going on next. But Bleska, you mentioned something about a Bailey.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to hear what he had to say. I think you guys adding a dog into the mix definitely has a different dynamic. And just do you guys find like it's easier like in that house just having that third animal therapy around? Is that something you recommend also? Hey.
My heart.
I just recommend it as a therapy because it's a lot of work as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's so cute. No.
And it comes with its own stress. But if you're ready for it, I would definitely recommend it because it's nice to have a little fur ball waiting for you at home.
Absolutely.
Love, but it's definitely lots of responsibility too. But it's definitely worth it if you're up for it.
Yeah, and it can definitely be an added stressor too.
Yeah.
And I'm working 12-hour shifts, and we have to figure out who's coming to feed him and let him out of his crate at lunchtime, or who has to pick up his poop on the walk, or who's even gonna walk him because he tends to pull and be annoying sometimes. Yeah. But then he gives you the kisses and he gives you the puppy dog eyes, and that all washes away.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's grown into quite the pup. He's a speedy guy too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Alan, do you have any closing remarks before we wrap this up?
Well, I just want to say, like, thanks again to both of you guys for agreeing on coming on to our podcast. Yeah, we were just trying to think of like the best people that we could get on, and we thought of you guys. I mean, we're glad that this is happening. Thank you for your stories, your experiences, and the lessons that we can take. Both of us are very, very thankful for having both of you guys just a part of our lives, and we look forward to what comes next for you guys. And you guys already know that we're always here for you. And yeah, we'll look forward to having you guys on again, maybe even separately. We can dig a little bit deeper on some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, on my part, and Bluska, I appreciate it. Bluska, what do you have to say?
You wrapped it up really well. Thankful for you guys for taking time in your busy lives and talking to us. I'm sure things are probably pretty stressful for you guys as it's going on right now, but it's nice to see you both talking about things and smiling. It brings joy to our hearts and brings a lot of love to our podcast. And thankful to have you guys in our corner. And this isn't gonna be in the poem that I'm gonna write, but to wrap this episode up, I guess I want to say life is a beach. Make sure you bring your togs.
Bang! Let's go. Yeah.
Okay, you guys want to say a couple of things before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, big thank you for having us on. I mean, it's been a cool experience. We're really happy what you guys are doing here, and it's been really cool to listen and finally be a part of it. It's been really awesome, and we're happy to come on again anytime.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely. Thank you for having us. I loved talking about the football.
Yeah. Let's go.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay, Alan, why don't we?
Fist bump. Signing off.
Oh, okay, let's do it.
Wait, well, I thought we just did it.
You're
What's wrong
missing
with
it.
you?
Hey.
Hey. Hey. We're doing it.